Hello students, I am Dr. Hole. So today I am going to teach you working and block diagram of function generator. So the block diagram of function generator is given in this figure. In this instrument the frequency is controlled by varying the magnitude of the current that drives the integrator. So this is a circuit diagram. The instrument provides different types of waveforms such as sinusoidal, triangular, square wave as its output signal with a frequency range 0.01 Hz to 100 kHz. So this is a block diagram in which you can see at the input frequency control network is there, then constant current supply source is there, integrator circuit is there, constant current source 2 is there, voltage comparator, multi-vibrator is there, then output amplifier at which you are getting square wave, then triangular wave at the integrator output, then resistance drive shaping network is there, then output amplifier and sine wave. So this function generator generates sine, square and triangular wave. So the frequency control voltage regulates two current supply sources. Current supply source 1 supplies a constant current to the integrator whose output voltage rises linearly with time. An increase or decrease in the current increases or reduces the slope of the output voltage and thus controls the frequency. The voltage comparator multivibrator changes the state at a predetermined maximum level of the integrator output voltage. So this change cuts off the current supply from supply source 1 and switches to the supply source 2. The current supply source 2 supplies a reverse current to the integrator so that its output drops linearly with time. When the output attains a predetermined level, the voltage comparator again changes the state and switches on to the current supply source. The output of the integrator is triangular wave whose frequency depends on the current supplied by the constant current supply source. The comparator output provides a square wave of the same frequency as output. The resistance diode network changes the slope of the triangular wave as its amplitude changes and produces the sinusoidal wave with less than 1% distortion. Now, the function generators are normally used within electronics development, manufacturing, test, and service departments. They provide a flexible form of waveform generation that can be used in many tests. Other controls on the function generator. In addition to the selection of the basic waveforms that are available, the other controls on the function generator are also important that are listed below. Number 1 is frequency. As would be expected, this control alters the basic frequency at which the waveform repeats. It is independent of the waveform type. Then what is second is waveform type. This enables the different basic waveform types to be selected, sine, square and triangular wave. Then third point is DC offset. This alters the average voltage of a signal relative to 0 volt or ground. Fourth point is duty cycle. This control on the function generator changes the ratio of high voltage to low voltage time in a square wave signal, that is changing the waveform from a square wave with 1.1 duty cycle to a pulse waveform, or a triangular waveform with equal rise and fall times to a sawtooth. Now we will see the audio amplifier. The name itself indicates that an amplifier is an electronic device that amplifies the voltage, current and power of a signal. Amplifiers are classified in two main ways. The first classification is by function and the other by frequency response. The functional op-amps are voltage amplifiers and power amplifiers. In these op-amps, output voltage and power gets amplified respectively. Frequency response of an amplifier refers to the band of frequencies that the amplifier can be designed to amplify. The component of an amplifier respond differently at different frequencies. Hence, selected components of the amplifier can amplify a certain range of a band of frequencies. An audio amplifier is the one which can amplify a band of frequencies. LM386 audio power amplifier chip is used in this project. An audio power amplifier or power amplifier is an electronic amplifier that amplifies the low power electronic audio signals such as the signal from radio receiver or electric guitar pickup to a level that is high enough for driving loudspeaker or headphones. So the entire circuit of microphone amplifier is built around the operational amplifier 741. Op-amp 741 can be used in both inverting and non-inverting mode according to necessary. Here we use 741 in inverting mode because at inverting mode input impedance is low. So this is the circuit diagram of microphone amplifier using IC 741. Okay. Through mic input is given and output is there. A microphone or mic is a transducer which changes the sound energy into electrical signal. Microphone detects sound and changes it into electric signal which is very weak and need amplification before given to the loudspeaker. The output of a microphone is given to the pin number 2 of IC1 through resistor R1 as shown in the circuit. The output is taken from pin number 6 of IC1. The value of amplified output is equal to R1 by R2 where value of resistance R1 is set according to impedance of microphone. Here we use resistor R1 as R4 as load resistor. This circuit can also be used in many applications like portable music players, intercoms, radio amplifiers, TV sound system, ultrasonic drivers, etc. It can also be used as sound sensor or microcontrollers. Audio amplifier using op-amp LM386. Now LM386 is an audio power amplifier that is designed for use in low voltage application. The gain for this amplifier is usually 20 but can go up to 200 by introducing components like resistor and capacitors at appropriate pins. Since the gain can be adjusted anywhere from 20 to 200 using external circuitry, this audio power amplifier becomes the ideal choice for most of the application. It has the application in AM and FM, radio amplifiers, ultrasonic drivers, power converters, etc. The pin diagram of the LM386 power amplifier is shown here. Now circuit diagram of audio amplifier with IC386. An audio power amplifier of gain about 50 is designed using different resistor and capacitor. The circuit diagram of the audio power amplifier is shown like this. Okay. Now we will see working of audio amplifier. In the audio power amplifier circuit, power input is given to the non-inverting terminal through a 10K pot resistor. The inverting terminal is grounded along with the pin number 4. DC voltage between plus 5 volt to 15 volt is applied to pin number 6 through a resistor capacitor combination. This combination forms the high pass filter configuration so that the only frequencies in the required band can be allowed to pass. By connecting a resistor of 1K in series with a 10 microfarad capacitor from pin number 1 to pin number 8, the gain of the circuit can be further increased. Without this combination, the gain will be limited to 20. A bypass capacitor is connected to pin number 7 of the amplifier. The output of the circuit is obtained from pin number 5. The output from pin number 5 is connected to a speaker through a combination of resistor and capacitors in order to obtain an output that is free from noise. So a 10 ohm resistor, 220 microfarad, 0.05 microfarad capacitors are used for this purpose. Now we will see voltage to current converter. Now this voltage to current converter, in some application, load requires a current drive rather than a voltage drive. So in such case, the operational amplifier circuit configuration is required, which will be give a linear voltage to current conversion. See here, RL and R1 is connected to the inverting input of a op-amp. Then signal Vin is connected in non-inverting input. So load is floating here. So the voltage to the current converter is called as a voltage controlled current source, which accepts an input voltage V1 and yields an output current IO such that IO is 1 upon R Vin, where the gain 1 by R is expressed in the dimensions of ohm, that is dimension of conductance. So VI converter is sometimes called as a transconductance amplifier. The simplest current to voltage converter is shown in this figure. The load resistor RL is floating and not connected to ground. The input voltage is applied to the non-inverting input terminal. The feedback voltage across R1 drives the inverting input terminal. This circuit is called as a current series negative feedback amplifier. Because the feedback voltage across R1 depends upon the output current I0 and in series with the input difference voltage VID. By applying Kirchhoff's voltage equation for the input loop, Vin is equal to VID plus Vf. So, but VID is 0, therefore we may write Vin is equal to Vf. So, Vin is equal to R1 into I0. Now, I0 is equal to Vin upon R1 is equal to 1 by R1 into Vin. This means that the input voltage Vin is converted into the output current of Vin upon R1. In other words, input voltage Vin appears across R1. Now, voltage controlled current sources are very useful in a variety of measurement applications such as resistance measurement and transistor testing. In applications such as low voltage DC and AC voltmeters, diode match finders, it may also be used. So today we will stop here. In next lecture we will see pulse width modulation, PWM generator. Thank you.